Welcome to this special edition of WBF TV. We acknowledge that we are in Treaty 6 territory, the traditional homeland of the Métis Nation. These are the meeting grounds, gathering place, and traveling route to the Cree, Nakota Sioux, Dene, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, and Métis. We acknowledge all the many First Nations and Métis whose footsteps have marked these lands for centuries. Each year on September 30th, people all across Canada wear orange shirts to remember First Nations, Métis, and Inuit children who were forced to attend residential schools. Orange was picked because of a residential school survivor, Phyllis Webstad. She will share her story with us now. Listen to how she felt having to attend a residential school, and listen to why the color orange is used for this special day.
Hello everyone, my name is Phyllis Webstad. I am Shawetmch from the Strachamch, Kenno Creek, Chatlam, Dog Creek First Nation, which is about 1.5 hours southwest from Williams Lake, BC. I grew up with my granny on the Dog Creek Reserve until I was 10, then moved with my auntie after she finished university. When I had just turned 6, I was sent to the St. Joseph Indian Residential School near Williams Lake, a place we called the Mission. My granny bought me a shiny new orange shirt to go to school in. When I got there, I was stripped, my clothing taken away, including my new orange shirt, and I never saw it again. I was no longer excited to be going to school. I wanted to go home to Granny. I had to stay there for 300 sleeps. No matter how much all of us little kids cried, it didn't matter. No one listened to us. Our feelings didn't matter. We didn't matter. I am the third generation that attended residential school. Both my grandmother and mother attended the Mission for 10 years each. Today is a day to honor and remember residential school survivors and their families. Every child matters, even if you're an adult. We must also remember those children that never made it and are no longer with us. Today is a day for survivors to tell their stories and for us to listen with open hearts. I am humbled and honored that you are all taking part in Orange Shirt Day. When I was in school, I didn't know my own history, so I am overjoyed that you are taking part and learning the true history of Canada's First Peoples. Guksjem, thank you.
Phyllis shared that she did not have a good experience at residential school and felt like she did not matter. We wear orange shirts to show Phyllis and all residential school survivors that they matter. Wearing orange shows that all children, including children who have grown up to adults, matter to us.
So wearing orange is a way for us to remember that residential schools treated First Nations, Métis, and Inuit children unkindly, and that it was wrong. Wearing orange helps us to think about what we can do to help make sure every child is treated with kindness and respect.
Earlier this year, the Government of Canada decided to keep a promise that they made to residential school survivors like Phyllis and to show that they matter. September 30th was made into a new holiday, but not the kind of holiday that we celebrate. This new holiday is to show respect to residential school survivors and their families and to make a promise that this will never happen again. It is called the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. We will use this day to learn more about residential schools, to listen with our ears, our minds, and our hearts, to think about what we can do to make sure we respect each other and to work together for a hopeful future for everyone.
Let's pause together for a moment and think about what we have learned about residential schools and what we can do to help fix the mistakes so that all children, including First Nations, Métis, and Inuit children, can grow up happy, healthy, safe, and proud of who they are. Let's pause for 30 seconds to think about this.
Thank you for that quiet moment. That's what this new holiday is for. for everyone in Canada to think about what happened to First Nations, Métis, and Inuit children in residential schools, and to think about how we can work together to make sure it never happens again.
We are not the only people thinking about this. The students from a school in Shuswap Nation near Kamloops, BC, are also thinking about fixing the mistakes, honoring the survivors, and creating a hopeful future. They even created a song to show what they have learned. It is called "We Won't Forget You." Who do you think they are talking about in their song? How are they showing that they won't forget the past and create a better future?
But it really wasn't. Now we look ahead, we can start the drumming. Learning language through song and dance. The pain they felt, let's honor that. By being great and keeping track of what elders teach, let's walk the path.
To Shuswap Nation, the future is in our hands. It may take some patience. It is our home, it is our land.
In our lifetime we'll celebrate who we are like every day. There's so much knowledge in the way we live our lives, so we're giving thanks.
We sing the rap for the mission. The destination is living and innovation for the children.
In our lifetime we will celebrate who we are like every day. There's so much knowledge in the way we live our lives, so we're giving thanks.
The students of Shuswap Nation show how they might spend their time on the new holiday. They learn the truth about residential schools. They listen to their elders, learn their culture, and work together. They show respect and work together. They promise they will celebrate who they are, have hope, and remember children from residential schools.
As you and your class continue on with your school day, you will continue to learn and share your thoughts and feelings. When you are at home tomorrow for the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, you may choose to share what you have learned. You may attend an event in the community. You may read a book about residential schools, or you may just sit quietly and think.
Whatever the next few days look like for you, remember Phyllis's story, her orange shirt, and what it means. Remember the children from the Shuswap Nation and how they honor the children from residential schools. Remember why we have a new holiday and what it means. Remember that you matter. Remember that you have an important role in creating a future where we all matter.